It's time for a final analysis of the 2019 NCGOP chairman's race. So let's go around the state and find out the strongholds and weak areas for each candidate. Good evening, my fellow politicos. It is I, the conservative pelican. Thanks for joining me as I continue to chip away at my backlog of information that I obtained as a delegate to the 2019 NCGOP state convention. When the votes were tallied on June 9th, 2019 in Concord, it was Michael Whatley who was declared the victor of the chairman's race. This is despite the fact that Jim Womack won more counties than Whatley. Womack won 43 counties to Whatley only winning 40. However, the NCGOP uses a controversial voting method known as weighted voting to calculate the results, and Whatley managed just enough votes in the heavily weighted counties to win election. Whatley won on the first ballot with a mark of 50.73%, just over the minimum threshold of 50% needed to win victory. Womack received 45.3% of the vote, and the little stinker, spoiler, John Lewis received 4.24%, and he also won 3 counties, believe it or not. Just what in the sticky pecan pie are the folks in Gates, Washington, and Clay County thinking? Not only voting for Lewis, but making him the winner, really, in those counties. Now, Whatley won the mountain counties by a margin of 12-7 over Womack. He also dominated out on the coast, winning every single county on the North Carolina coast except for Onslow and Pamlico. By the way, I should point out, as a Jim Womack supporter, Womack dominated Whatley out in Onslow County, and he won that county by a score of 22-1. Now, the Triad region was a 7-7 tie. Whatley won Forsyth County and all of the Triad area counties west of there, while Womack won Guilford County and all of the Triad counties north and east of there. It's almost as if Kernersville was sort of the wall between each candidate in that area. Now, Jim Womack did better than expected in the Raleigh area. He only lost Durham and Wake County by 2 votes each. And he won Granville, Harnett, and his home county of Lee, big surprise, with an average vote total of 80%. But unfortunately, Johnston County went heavy for Whatley by a score of 6-1. And Franklin County was a stunning 1-vote loss for Womack. But the Fayetteville area was Womack's strongest area, as he won 6 out of 7 counties, only losing Robeson County, which Whatley swept by a 4-0 margin. The Charlotte area was the surprise of the night. Whatley delivered as expected in his home county of Gaston by a 27-2 margin. And he also won the most populous county, which is Mecklenburg, by a margin of 19 votes. However, Womack got 2/3 of the vote in suburban and very Republican-friendly Union County, and he tied with native son John Lewis in Cabarrus County, while Whatley finished with a lowly 10 votes out of 74 votes cast for the Cabarrus County delegation. Womack also squeaked past Whatley in Rowan County, suburban Rowan County, with a score of 7-5. Now, one final point here on the Charlotte region. The county just north of Gaston, which is Lincoln County, went to Womack by a landslide vote of 8-1, while Michael Whatley, he won Gaston County, his home, by a big surprise, by a 27-2 margin. Political geography is a strange animal, eh? Now, this race was ultimately lost by Womack in the counties east of I-95. Womack did win the non-coastal East counties by a margin of 11 to 8 to 2. But John Lewis, believe it or not, won 2 counties unanimously, which are Gates County and Washington County. And Whatley run up the score on Womack in Bertie, Martin, Nash, Northampton, Sampson, and Wilson County. I should point out that no delegate voted for Womack in any of those 6 counties. And Whatley was also strong in the only urban county out east, Pitt County. Whatley won that county by a margin of 6 to 2. And hopefully next year, with the convention being in Greenville, there'll be a couple more than 8 delegates representing Pitt County. I only hope. Now, Womack needed to run up the score down east to counter Whatley's strong showing in the mountains and coastal counties. But unfortunately, Whatley and Lewis swept 8 counties between them out in eastern North Carolina. It's almost as if the Whatley and Lewis, they both teamed up and had a strategy of, okay, let's get these counties out east and block Womack. Who knows? Now, Jim Womack must do better east of I-95 and also along the US 17 and US 158 highway corridors if he wants to be elected to chairmanship in the future. For the Conservative Pelican, I'm Bobby Crawford. Thanks for watching.